Welcome back to Elite Domain, my friends. Today, we embark on a profound journey into the intricacies of human behavior through Robert Greene's insightful work, The Laws of Human Nature. These laws are not just words on a page, they are reflections of our deepest struggles and desires. They guide us toward understanding ourselves and others better, helping us navigate the complexities of relationships. Let's dive into the first 9 laws, illustrated through the compelling narratives of Tomodachi Game, Death Note, and Classroom of the Elite. As we explore, I encourage you to ponder how these insights resonate within your own life.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay, cause my messages are timeless.
Law 1, the Law of Irrationality. At our core, we are emotional beings. Our feelings often dictate our actions, sometimes leading us astray. The first law teaches us to recognize and manage these irrational tendencies. Consider Tomodachi Game, where players are pushed to their emotional limits. When faced with betrayal, one character panics, making hasty decisions that seal their fate. This moment reminds us of the urgency to remain calm amid chaos, to step back and think before we act. In Death Note, Nisa Amon's overwhelming love for light blinds her to the truth. Her decisions, driven by emotion rather than logic, illustrate how love can sometimes lead us into dark places. Reflect on times in your life when your feelings clouded your judgment. Recognizing this can empower us to make clearer, more rational decisions. In Classroom of the Elite, classmates allowed jealousy and rivalry to take over, driving them to sabotage one another. We all have moments when we act irrationally, but it's crucial to learn from those experiences and choose a wiser path. Law 2, the Law of Narcissism. Deep down, we all possess a spark of narcissism. Understanding this aspect of ourselves allows us to relate to others more effectively. In Tomodachi Game, players often prioritize their survival over the group's well-being, leading to distrust and conflict. Reflect on how self-centeredness can create rifts in relationships. Light Yagami in Death Note embodies grandiosity, believing he is above everyone else.
There was no other way, the world had to be fixed! A purpose given to me! I can do it. Who else could have done it? And come this far! Would they have kept going?
This dangerous mindset eventually leads to his downfall. Think about moments when you may have prioritized your own desires at the expense of others. In Classroom of the Elite, we see students manipulating peers for personal gain. The lesson here is that while self-interest is natural, it's essential to balance it with empathy and consideration for others. Law 3, the Law of Role-Playing. We all wear masks, presenting different versions of ourselves to the world. The third law teaches us to see beyond these facades and understand the motivations behind them. In Tomodachi Game, players disguise their true intentions, making it hard to know whom to trust. This illustrates the complexity of human interactions. In Death Note, Light's charming persona hides his dark ambitions. His ability to role-play allows him to manipulate those around him, a reminder that appearances can be deceiving. In Classroom of the Elite, students craft identities to fit societal expectations, often losing touch with their true selves. Reflect on the roles you play in your life. Are they authentic, or are you simply conforming to the expectations of others? Law 4, the Law of Compulsive Behavior. We are creatures of habit, often repeating patterns that lead us to the same outcomes. The fourth law encourages us to break free from these cycles. In Tomodachi Game, characters repeat cycles of betrayal and mistrust, showing how past experiences shape current actions. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking them. Nisa's unwavering loyalty in Death Note is a form of compulsive behavior. Her repeated choices blind her to the dangers ahead. Consider how your habits may be holding you back from growth. In Classroom of the Elite, some students sabotage their own success due to fear of failure. It's vital to acknowledge these compulsions and strive for change, leading us toward a brighter future. Law 5. The Law of Covetousness. Desire can be a double-edged sword, driving us toward greatness or leading us to destructive paths. The fifth law speaks to the nature of envy and longing. In Tomodachi Game, envy among players fuels betrayals, illustrating how coveting what others possess can breed resentment. Consider times when you felt envious. How did it affect your actions and relationships? Light's desire for power in Death Note drives him to disregard the lives of others, showing how unchecked ambition can corrupt our moral compass. In Classroom of the Elite, students envy one another's success, often resorting to sabotage instead of collaboration. Understanding our desires helps us focus on self-improvement rather than comparison. Law 6. The Law of Short-Sightedness. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of long-term goals. The sixth law emphasizes the importance of foresight and patience. In Tomodachi Game, players often prioritize immediate gains, leading to regret later. This serves as a reminder of the importance of thinking beyond the moment. Light's focus on instant success in Death Note blinds him to the consequences, ultimately leading to his tragic end. In Classroom of the Elite, impulsive choices hinder long-term ambitions. Cultivating a long-term perspective empowers us to make decisions that align with our true aspirations. Law 7. The Law of Defensiveness. Human beings are inherently defensive creatures. We often feel threatened by challenges to our beliefs, values, or self-image. This defensiveness can create barriers in our relationships, making it difficult to connect with others or engage in meaningful dialogue. Understanding this law can empower us to respond more thoughtfully and compassionately. In Tomodachi Game, we see characters react defensively when their motives or actions are questioned.
I must refuse.
Seriously? But everyone else is on board. Oh, wait. Could it be because this might cause some sort of problem for you?
I promise you'll understand everything if you hear me out!
Instead of engaging in constructive dialogue, they become hostile, which escalates conflicts rather than resolving them. This behavior is rooted in a fear of vulnerability. Admitting mistakes or weaknesses can be uncomfortable. In Death Note, characters like Light Yagami often fiercely defend their ideologies, leading to misunderstandings and further conflict. Light's inability to accept differing perspectives isolates him, illustrating the consequences of defensiveness. In Classroom of the Elite, students frequently react defensively to criticism, fearing that it will expose their insecurities.
Hardly. After all this time, you clearly have not come to terms with your own shortcomings. You're foolish to think you could succeed here. Leave now.
You're wrong! I'm going to be in Class A soon.
This self-protective instinct prevents personal growth and hampers their ability to learn from experiences. Key insight: by recognizing our defensiveness and approaching conversations with openness, we can foster more productive discussions and deepen our relationships. Law 8. The Law of Self-Sabotage. Self-sabotage is a common human tendency where individuals undermine their own success through negative behaviors or thought patterns. This law highlights how our internal struggles can prevent us from reaching our goals. In Tomodachi Game, characters often sabotage their own efforts due to fear and distrust. When a player feels threatened or insecure, they may act in ways that ensure their failure, demonstrating how fear can distort our actions. In Death Note, Nisa Amon's blind loyalty to Light serves as an example of self-sabotage. Despite the dangers he poses, her unwavering devotion blinds her to the reality of their situation, ultimately leading to her demise. Her choices reflect a lack of self-awareness and an inability to prioritize her well-being over her feelings for Light. In Classroom of the Elite, students who doubt their abilities often miss out on opportunities due to their self-imposed limitations. This internal narrative of inadequacy can become a powerful barrier, trapping them in a cycle of mediocrity. Key insight: recognizing and confronting self-sabotaging behaviors is essential for growth. By fostering a positive self-image and believing in our potential, we can break free from these patterns and pursue our goals with confidence. Law 9. The Law of Repression. Repression refers to the act of suppressing emotions, desires, or thoughts that we find uncomfortable. While it may seem easier to bottle up our feelings, this law teaches us that repression can lead to greater emotional turmoil and conflict. In Tomodachi Game, characters who repress their feelings eventually find themselves in explosive situations. The built-up tension leads to outbursts that can damage relationships and create further complications. Ayanokoji from Classroom of the Elite serves as a powerful example of repression. He is often portrayed as stoic and detached, carefully controlling his emotions and the way he presents himself to others. While this allows him to navigate complex social situations effectively, it also isolates him. Ayanokoji's repression stems from a desire to avoid vulnerability, yet it creates an internal struggle that weighs heavily on him. His ability to manipulate others and maintain his facade comes at the cost of genuine connection and emotional authenticity. Key insight: embracing our emotions and expressing them in healthy ways can lead to greater understanding and peace. By allowing ourselves to feel and share our experiences, we build stronger connections and foster a sense of community. As we conclude this exploration of the first 9 laws from Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature, it's crucial to remember that these insights are not just abstract concepts, they are reflections of our daily lives and interactions. Understanding the laws of defensiveness, self-sabotage, and repression empowers us to navigate the complexities of human behavior with wisdom and grace. As we dissect these laws through the lens of characters from Tomodachi Game, Death Note, and Classroom of the Elite, we uncover not just their flaws but also the underlying motivations that drive their actions. In recognizing our own tendencies toward defensiveness, self-sabotage, and repression, we take the first step towards self-improvement. This awareness is a powerful tool, one that can lead to healthier relationships, personal growth, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Join us for Part 2, where we'll delve into the remaining laws and discover even more profound truths about human nature. Remember, knowledge is not just power, it's the pathway to becoming the best version of ourselves. Thank you for watching Elite Domain, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful content.